the ground shake.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Tomago, and today we are back for another statue tutorial, again continuing with the theme of FNAF 6 or Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. Today we are doing Rockstar Bonnie. So first off, as always, I want to apologise. I feel like I'm doing that a lot recently. I want to apologise for the reason this got delayed. It's because I've been travelling back and forth between London and where I'm currently based, and it means that at the weekend I haven't actually been here, and this is the kind of video that I'd put out on a Saturday, so I've been pushing it back a bit, and again, apologies for that, but it's here now, so hopefully you do enjoy. If you do, a like would be very much appreciated at the end of the video, and also let me know down in the comments below what you thought of the video, as well as what you want to see on the channel. Apart from that, again, this was designed by myself, so one of the kind of original designs that I've adapted a bit, so it's very similar to the previous Adventure Bonnie, I think it was, where we have the outstretched arms with the guitar, so it's a bit of a difficult build, but we'll get through it. The blocks you're going to need are the following. You'll need light blue terracotta, black concrete, magenta terracotta, yellow concrete, yellow wool, red concrete, block of quartz, green terracotta, lime terracotta, red terracotta, ladder, cobblestone wall, nether brick slab, quartz slab, black carpet, and also red carpet. So, I'm going to give you guys a second to grab them blocks into your inventory, and then we can get straight into building. So, just like normal, the standard thing, we're going to start on the front side of the legs. The front side of the legs is a 12x8 and follows the normal kind of pattern, which is, again, very, very simple. So, let's begin. We're going to start off by finding a nice empty space, and we're going to start by building our first layer. Of course, I'm going to build left to right, layer by layer. Just to mention again, there's 12 layers in total, and each layer is 8 blocks wide. So, starting with layer number 1, we're going to place 1 light blue terracotta, 1 blue terracotta, 1 light blue, 2 blue, 1 light blue, 1 blue, 1 light blue. So that's the first layer, and again that's 8 blocks wide. The second layer is the exact same, so 1 light blue, 1 blue, 1 light blue, 2 blue, light blue, blue, light blue. So again, after every single layer, I'm going to back up, give you guys the opportunity to pause if you need to do so. Please use that opportunity, because of course you don't want to get to the end of an hour-long video, because that's probably what this is going to be, and find that you messed up 2 minutes in. That's really heartbreaking, and the point where you have to tear it down and start again, it's devastating. So don't do it. Take your time. It's better to invest the time now than have to do it twice over. So the next 2 layers, layer number 3 and layer number 4, is going to be 8 blocks of blue terracotta, and then for our 5th layer we're going to cap it off with a layer of 8 black concrete. So that's the first 5 layers. Layer number 6, our halfway point, is going to be 1 blue terracotta, 2 magenta, 2 blue, 2 magenta, and 1 blue. So again, that's our 6th layer. Again, just to give you kind of an idea what we're doing, this is the feet here, this is where it gets into the kneecaps, so this is the joints on the kneecaps, and then the next part is the pelvis, so the point where the legs join with the body. On top of this, again, bear in mind that's the 6th layer, the 7th and 8th layers are going to be 8 blocks of blue terracotta, so again, that's 2 layers of 8 blue terracotta, and that's our 7th and 8th layers. Our 9th layer is going to be 3 blue terracotta, 2 black concrete, and 3 blue terracotta. Once again, that is our 9th layer. Our 10th layer is as following. That's going to be 2 blue, 1 black concrete, 2 blue, 1 black concrete, and 2 blue. And that is again our 10th layer. Our 11th layer, following the same pattern again, is 2 black concrete, 4 blue, and 2 black concrete. And then our 12th and final layer is going to be 1 black concrete, 6 blue terracotta, and 1 black concrete. So a very similar pattern to the ones you've seen previously on the channel. If you've done any of the other Rockstar characters, again, it's very, very similar. So if you want to pause, you're more than welcome to do so. Once you've done that, that is the front side of the legs complete. And again, that should be 12 blocks tall and 8 blocks wide. So, moving swiftly on, again I want to keep a nice pace during this video because it is a relatively difficult statue to do. We're going to start off with the body. So the body is a 12x8, just like the legs, so again 12 layers of 8. And we're going to start off by placing 8 blue terracotta. So this is layer number 1, or this is layer number 13 if you're talking from the whole build perspective. Now at this point normally I'd say build 4 to left, 4 to right. Don't do that because both arms on this build are indeed dynamic, meaning they're both in poses, whereas normally they'd be down the side. If you want to build them down the side, you're more than welcome, but personally I think it kind of ruins the look of it, so yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. If you want to, feel free though. Anyways, the second layer is going to be 2 blue, 4 light blue, and 2 blue, and And again, that is our second layer. Now, the next 8 layers are as following. We're going to do 1 blue, 6 light blue, and 1 blue. So again, that's 8 layers in total. So all we do is we're going to build up 7 on the left side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we just repeat the exact same pattern until we reach the top of that pillar. So again, it's layers number 2 to layer number 10, which is going to be the pattern of 1 blue, 6 light blue, and 1 blue. So it's a very simple pattern, but again, make sure you have 8 layers of it. Okie dokie. So as you can see, right now it should be 10 blocks tall. The final 2 layers are going to be 8 blocks of blue terracotta. Once you've done that, you now have yourselves a 12 by 8, so 12 tall and 8 wide, and it looks like this. Of course, it goes from this block right here, right on up to this block here. And again, that is 12 tall and 8 blocks wide. If you want to pause, again, feel free to do so. Now what we're going to do is add the 3D effects. So for the 3D effects, we're adding 3 different areas, the bow tie and 2 buttons, or stars, I guess you could say. We're coming to the top left corner first, and we're going to go 1 block over, and we're going to place a 2x2 of red concrete. We do the exact same on the right side, so we go to the top right corner, go 1 over, place a 2x2 of red concrete. On the lower half, we're going to join them together by placing like that. And then on the lower half of the 2 rows, we're going to come to the second block, and then the 5th block, and we're going to go down on each one, and that should give you a shape that looks like this. Again, that's out of red concrete, and that's the first 3D effect complete. That is indeed our red bow tie. Now, if you want to add a bit of detail, you could grab some red wool and place one right there and right there, just give it a bit of texture, but it doesn't really matter that much. It's not that noticeable. In terms of the next step, which is the stars, because of course Rockstar Bonnie has the 2 stars on the chest, we're going to come to the 2 middle blocks, and the way you know it's the 2 middle blocks is it's the ones in between the 2 red concrete right here. In terms of where it is from the side, it's the 4th and 5th block from the left, and same from the right. So we come to these 2 blocks in the middle. We're going to leave these, we're going to go down 1, and we're going to go down again. And on the left side, we place 1 yellow concrete, and on the right side, we place 1 yellow wool. So again, I'll back up just so you can see where in perspective everything is. There's a 2 block gap, left side is yellow concrete, right side is yellow wool. Now directly underneath the yellow concrete, we're going to place 1 wool, and directly under the wool, we place 1 concrete, and it gives us a crisscross pattern like this, and that's kind of to represent the stars. Now, if you haven't seen my Rockstar Freddy video, again, links in the description if you do want to go check it out. I built a dedicated star, that's because there's only 1, but because there's 2, we're a bit more restricted on space, hence why we're doing the 2x2 squares. Anyways, continue with the second star now. We're going to leave a 1 block gap, and on the left side we place 1 concrete, on the right side 1 wool. So same kind of pattern, and then we do the exact same again with the crisscross, so left, wool, right, concrete. And it ends up looking like this, and if you've done it correctly, there should be a 2 block gap visible of the light blue on the top and the bottom, as you can see right there. And that is the front side of the body complete. Once again, that's a 12 by 8, and there is 3 3D effects. Okie dokie, so once you've done that, it should look like this. That's 24 tall and 8 blocks wide. What we're going to worry about now is actually making the sides of the statue, making it 3D. So we're going to start by coming to the left corner, and next to this light blue terracotta here, we're going to expand 1, 2, 3 to the left. Now the thing is, the side of the legs and the side of the body itself is 12 by 4, and so 12 by 4 for the legs, 12 by 4 for the body. However, and this is a big however, the 4th block is already done. This, what you're seeing here, is your 4th block. That's done already, good to go, which means you only have to worry about 3 blocks per layer. So, for the first 4 layers, we're going to do 3 blocks of blue terracotta. As you can see here, that's the first layer, which we've already done, plus 3 more. 1, 2, 3, so that's 4 in total. The 5th layer, if I can fly, is going to be 3 black concrete. On top of this, we're going to do 5 layers of 3 blue terracotta. And then for our 11th layer, we're going to do 3 black concrete. For the 12th layer, we do 1 black concrete and 2 blue terracotta, and that's the left side of the leg complete. That's a 12 by 4. What we are indeed going to do, however, is because we're building the arms, we're also going to build up 12 layers of 3 blue terracotta. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we do this all the way across, so 3 blocks in total, and that gives us a 12 by 4 of solid blue terracotta. The reason behind this is because of course the arm is going to be outright, which means this area here is indeed still going to be visible. Now we're not going to add detail to it because it's not going to be necessary. It's going to be covered up majority by the arm, but again, just make sure there's not a gap, we're going to fill it in like so. So that's 24 tall and 4 blocks wide, and again that consists of the legs, which is 12 by 4, this area here which goes up to the black concrete, and the remaining area which is a 12 by 4 of solid blue concrete. Or terracotta, should I say, my bad. Anyways, coming around to the right side, it's the exact same procedure. So we're going to expand 1, 2, 3 to the right, and just like before, it's a 12 by 4, fourth block's already done, or in this case the first block's already done, I guess you could say. The first 3 or 4 layers, well, it's not 3 or 4 layers, it's the first 4 layers, but the first 3 on top of the original layer is going to be blue terracotta. The 5th layer is going to be 3 black concrete. We then do 5 layers of blue terracotta, a layer of black concrete, and then 2 blue terracotta, 1 concrete. That's the first 12 layers. That's our 12 by 4 for the legs. And just like we did on the other side, we're going to build up 12 using our blue concrete, or blue, I need to stop saying blue concrete, blue terracotta, and that's going to give us our 12 by 4, which is going to make up the side of the body. Once again, that's 24 tall and 4 blocks wide, and from a side angle, looks like this. So we are making really nice progress. Again, please do take the opportunity to pause the video if you need to do so. I appreciate I'm going kind of fast, but I want to keep the video relatively short because otherwise it's a bit intimidating, isn't it? And I don't want to ramble too much, so let's continue. Coming around to the rear side, what we're going to do is start working on the rear side of the legs. The rear side of the legs is a 12 by 8, however, and this is again a big however, left side and the right side are already done, that's 2 layers done, which means we're only placing 6 per row, because 6 plus 2 equals 8, and that's some really advanced maths right there. So that's what we're going to be doing. So the first 4 layers is going to be 6 blue terracotta, and that's literally just linking left side to right side. And again, that's the first 4 layers. And for the 5th layer, we're going to cap it off with 6 blocks of black concrete. On top of this, we're going to do 3 layers of 6 blue terracotta. Try not to do what I'm doing there, which is really, really awful placement. As you can see right there, that is the first 8 layers. For our 9th layer, we go into this kind of pelvis shape again. So on our 9th layer, we place 2 blue, 2 black, 2 blue. Once again, that's the 9th layer. That's 2 blue, 2 black, 2 blue. The 10th layer is going to be 1 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, 1 black, 1 blue. That is our 10th layer. Our second to last layer, the 11th layer, is going to be 1 black, 4 blue, 1 black, and then the final layer is going to be 6 blue. And that is the rear side of the legs complete. Again, very similar to the front side, just minus the details on the lower half. Once again, 12 by 8, if you want to pause, you're more than welcome to do so. And now we're going to move on to the rear side of the body. So, the rear side of the body, nice and easy, is a 12 by 8 of solid blue terracotta. This means we're building up 12 each time using blue, and there's 6 rows in total, so it's just a case of tediously going row to row to row until you have your 12 by 8. Once we've done that, we're going to add a nice little 3D effect. We've added it on all the Bonnie related statues, which is a little bunny tail. Of course, we don't actually 100% know whether it's accurate. If you don't want to add it, you're more than welcome to just leave it out. However, it's just something to add a bit more detail to the rear side, so it's not just a plain 12 by 8 of blue terracotta. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by coming to the bottom left corner of the body, which is the 13th layer of the build, or just the first layer of blue terracotta above this black concrete right here. What we're going to do is we're going to count 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th and 5th blocks we're going to place 2 light blue terracotta, like so. Now, on top of this, we're going to build up 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So you now have a 4 by 2 rectangle. And on the 2nd and 3rd block, we're going to go 1 to the left and 1 to the right on each one. And it gives you a shape that looks like this. So again, just in terms of perspective, on the 13th layer, we have a 3 block gap on either side. On the 14th and 15th layer, we have a 2 block gap on either side, and then on the 16th layer, we have a 3 block gap either side. And it's a simple little shape, but again, just adds a little bit of detail to the rear side of the statue, and just is something a bit interesting to look at. So yeah, that is the rear side of the body. That's the tail included. Again, don't have to add that if you don't want to. It's just an optional little addition. So, the final part of the body before we move on to the arms is going to be this shoulder area here. Just simply go ahead and fill it in with blue terracotta. Doesn't really matter, it's going to be covered up by the head anyways, but it's just so we can actually have a finished product. Once you've done that, it should look like this. That is 24 tall, 8 blocks wide and 4 blocks thick, and that is the basic body structure complete. Now, of course, we are lacking arms, and that's what we're going to worry about in a second, but for now, again, it's just a simple body, and if you've got so far looking like this, you're on the right path. So yeah, just a little spin around. Again, opportunity to pause and catch up if you want to do so. But apart from that, we're now ready to move on to the arms. So let's begin. We're going to start on the left side first, and we're going to come to the top left corner. What we're then going to do is count 1, 2, 3, and on the third block we're going to place a blue terracotta. Bear in mind this is 3D. What we're then going to do is go down diagonal to the left 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3. Third one's a bit more tricky, and it should overhang the back of the statue by 1 block. So we now have a row of 4 diagonals like so. What we're then going to do is go back to the original block, and we're going to go down diagonal to the right 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3, and this should overhang the front side of the statue by 2 blocks. From there, we're then going to go down 1 more, and this time we're going to be using black concrete. So we go down diagonal once more using black concrete, and it should currently look something like this. Now, from this black concrete, we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to build to the left 1, 2, 3 using blue terracotta. Now, from this blue terracotta here, we're going to go up diagonal once, twice, and 3 times, and it should link up perfectly and give you a shape that looks like this. If you got this so far, again, you're on the right path. Now, from this point on here, we're going to come from the black concrete. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. And then we're going to place 1 black concrete and do what we did before, which is go down 1, 2, 3, and link up again by placing 4 blue terracotta in the middle. Once you've got that, that is the basic shape of the arm. Again, you're more than welcome to pause. Go ahead and fill the middle area in using blue terracotta. So you've got the outline, go ahead and fill the middle part in. And that is the first layer complete. So that's the first layer of the arm. Of course, the arm is going to be 4 blocks thick, so what we're going to have to do now is go around the edge, the perimeter of it, and actually make it 4 blocks thick. And the way we're going to do this is simply by, as I said, go around the perimeter and expand 1, 2, 3 towards us, and we'll do this for every single block. Make sure the blocks correspond with the previous block that's there. So if it's black concrete, use black concrete. If it's purple, use purple. So, or not purple, blue, sorry. I don't know why it's not purple, it is indeed a purple colour, but blue terracotta. So if it's blue terracotta, use blue terracotta. If it's black concrete, use black concrete. Very self-explanatory, but again, I just want to make it super clear. So again, we're just going all the way around, expanding out 3 blocks. A bit tedious, a bit boring, but needs to be done. Go ahead and on the final layer, also join everything together, so the 2 black concretes join together, and go ahead and fill the rest in with our blue terracotta. You can fill it in solid if you want to, don't really need to. If you want to build something in between here, that's also cool. But apart from that, let's finish building the arm, and once we filled these final few blocks in, we'll have our left arm. So that is our left arm. Now, the one thing you're going to notice is the left arm and the right arm are different on this build, and that's intentional for obvious reasons because it's going to be holding a guitar. Now, this arm, again, I'll give you a few different angles. It looks like this, and it expands out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks over the front of the statue, and the other one, I believe, expands out like 4 blocks. So, again, just to give you a perspective of how different they actually are. From a front side, again, just a 4x4 of black concrete. From the left side, which is possibly the best view, that is the whole arm. And again, bear in mind it's 4 wide. And then from the rear side, it looks like this. It overextends 1 block on the rear side, and the final side underneath looks like that. So again, hopefully those different angles give you as much help as possible. What we're also going to do, quickly, before we move on, is come to the front side, come to the right corner, where we have the black concrete, and punch out the right column. So just 1, like so. And what we're then going to do is come to the left corner, go down 1, and place 2 blue terracotta. So it ends up looking something like this. Again, that looks super weird, but it'll make sense later on in the video, because then we'll have an actual grip on the guitar. So again, that's the left arm. If you want to pause or go back in the video, please do not hesitate to do so. And now what we're going to do is move on to the right arm. So moving swiftly along onto the right arm, we're going to come around to the right side. Starting on the top left corner, we're going to leave 1 block, come to the second block, and place our starter block. Again, make sure the starter block is in line with the other side starter block. If it's not on the second block in, you've done it wrong on the other side, go back. If it is perfect, you're ready to go. So starting from the starter block, we're going to go down diagonal, just like we did before, 1, 2, and 3 times, and it will overexpand 1 block at the end, like this, and then we come back to the original block, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to the left, and it will overexpand 2 blocks. From this block, we're going to expand 1 to the left using, or down diagonal, should I say, using 1 black concrete, and then from here we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, like so. From this black concrete, we're going to expand 3 blocks to the right, so 1, 2, 3, and then we go up diagonal 3 times, and it should link up perfectly. So that's 1, 2, 3. As you can see, links up with the overhang block right there, and gives you a shape that looks like this. Now, coming back to the black concrete here, we're going to expand 1, 2, 3 to the left on the lower half and the upper half, like so. And the 2 blocks in between, we're going to expand 2. So rather than 3, it's 2, and it gives you kind of like a shape that looks like this, kind of like a gripping shape. Go ahead and fill this middle part in, again using our blue terracotta. It's just simply filling it all in, and that then gives us the outline of the arm. So again, slightly different to the other side. You can see this one's a lot longer, and this one has a different kind of grip. Now, just like before, we're also then going to go ahead and make it 4 blocks thick. So we go ahead and we go 1, 2, 3, expand it outwards, and we do this all the way around. Again, a bit boring, but something that needs to be done. So we, again, just follow the pattern. When we get to the end, make sure to follow that pattern as well. So don't go ahead and just like expand it out here. Expand this one, and then we expand back out. And it gives you a shape that looks like this. And the reason that's important is because the guitar handle is going to fit nicely in between right there. Now again, getting back to just filling it in, we'll just expand it 3 blocks forwards. And as you can see, I'm almost done. Once you're done with that, you then have to go ahead and fill in the middle shape. So link the 2 black concretes, and then the rest is just blue terracotta, and that will be your right arm complete. And again, making really good progress. So looking head on, it looks like this. Again, the base arm itself is very similar. It's just once you get to black concrete, it changes up a bit. From the front side, again, that gripping shape, and then from the front left corner, like this. Underneath, the arm looks like this. And then from behind, same as the other side, 1 block overhang, as you can see. So, from above, it looks like that. Left arm, right arm, as you can see, slightly different. Okie dokie, so once you got that, we are now ready to move on. Now, most of you would be expecting me to move on to the guitar now, but I'm not. I'm kind of putting that off, kind of holding it off, kind of just a tad worried. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the head first, and then we'll come back to the guitar later on. So for now, we're going to be left with this whole weird gripping slash different arms perspective, and it's going to be a bit peculiar, but just try and ignore it, and we'll come back to that later on and make it look nice and pretty. Apart from that, before we move on, we're going to have one last opportunity to catch up if you need to do so. If you don't want to do that, that sounds like a horrible idea to you, just skip forwards in the video a minute or two, and I'll see you then. Apart from that, anyone who wants to stay, we're going to go part to part to part, and I'll give you some dimensions. We're not going to focus on the arms, because again, I gave you kind of more specifics into that before, and it will take up too much time, but this is again just for the body. So we've got the front side of the legs, which is 12 by 8. Again, use your opportunity to pause. I'm not going to say that every time, but please just do it. Moving on up, we have the front side of the body, again 12 by 8, and that has 3 3D effects, which is the bow tie, which is the red concrete, and the 2 stars in the middle. Come around to the left side with the left side of the leg, that is 12 by 4, and with the left side of the body, again 12 by 4, but it's covered mostly by the arm. Again, you can see the importance. This part would be empty if we hadn't have done so. Come around to the right side with the right side of the leg, that's again 12 by 4, and once again the right side of the body, 12 by 4, once again important that this part is filled in. Come around to the rear side with the rear side of the legs, that's 12 by 8. With the rear side of the body, it once again 12 by 8 of solid blue concrete, but we did add a bunny tail. If you don't want to add that, again, you're more than welcome just to leave it out. And from above, the shoulders for now is kind of like an 8 by 4 area. That's going to be covered by the head, but just fill it in just for completion's sake. So that is the statue so far. If you got something looking like this, we're now ready to move on to the head. If you haven't, go back in the video, see where things haven't gone quite to plan. So, for the head itself, we're going to come to the front side, of course, and we're going to start off on the front left corner, so this block right about here. We're going to go place 1 blue terracotta and bring it 2 blocks forwards, and we do the exact same on the right side, so 1 blue terracotta, 2 blocks forwards. Now, there should be a 6 block gap in between if you've done it correctly, so go ahead and link them together, and this will give you an 8 by 2 overhang, as you can see right here. And what we're then going to do is come around to the side and expand 5 blocks backwards, and this will give you an 8 by 2 overhang on the rear side as well. Go ahead and join them just like we did on the front side by placing a 6 by 2 in the middle. And again, as you can see, 8 by 2 overhang on the rear side, 8 by 2 overhang on the front side, and what this gives us is an 8 by 8 square, which is going to be the template for the head. Now, normally, I'd say the head is an 8 by 8 by 8 cube. This one's slightly different. It's 9 blocks tall, because there's a gap in between, but we'll worry about that in a second. So, for now, what we're going to do is normally we build up the front side, which is the face. For now, we're going to worry about the sides. So we'll build up the sides and then we'll link everything together and it's going to be perfect. So, starting off on the side, we're going to come to the left side, and what we're going to do is we're going to choose a block of our choice, and we're going to build up 1, 2, and then on top of that we're going to use blue terracotta. Punch out the 2 blocks, you now have a 2 block gap, and this is our 4th layer. On the 4th layer, build 7 blocks to the right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and as you can see, it should match up with the bottom layer. There should just be a 2 block gap in between. Now we're going to repeat this 5 more times, so we're going to build up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we just build it up to the same height. What this gives us is a 6 by 8 rectangle, so it's 6 tall and 8 wide, and it's got a 2 block gap in between this and the bottom layer. Again, try not to do what I'm doing here, which is an awful job of placing, but once you've done that, it ends up looking something like this. Now, the way we're going to go about joining them together is by grabbing ourselves our cobblestone walls and our quartz, and we're going to come to the bottom left corner again. From this bottom left corner, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th block, we're going to place 2 cobblestone walls, one on top of the other, and it links it together like so. To the right of this, we're going to leave 1 block, we then place 1 quartz slab, 2 cobblestone walls again, and 1 quartz slab, and it links it together like so. This is kind of the joints, and this is more so the teeth, but we'll get to that later on in the video. For now, this is the left side of the head complete. If you want to pause your model, welcome to do so, and we're now going to go around to the right side and do the exact same procedure. So, coming around to the right side, we start off, coming to the bottom or back right corner, build up 2 with the block of your choice, 1 blue terracotta on top of it, again there's a 2 block gap, and build 7 blocks to the left, so it's in line with the first layer, as you can see right here. On top of this, we're going to build another 5 layers, because again it's 6 blocks tall, so again that's our second, our 3rd, our 4th, and our 5th and final block. Awful placement by me, but that is our 6 by 8 rectangle. Again, 2 block gap in between that and the original layer, so it's 9 blocks tall in total. We're going to come to the back right corner again, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th block, we're going to place 2 cobblestone walls, and again it should be in line, exact same position as the other side. Leave a 1 block gap to the left, 1 quartz slab, 2 cobblestone walls, and 1 quartz slab, and that is the right side. Again, exact same as the left. Very, very simple. Now, for the rear side, it's even simpler. We've got the first layer already done, we've got our 2 block gap already done, and we've got our 4th block, which is here. On the 4th layer, go ahead and join left side to right side by placing 6 in between, and we're going to repeat this for every single layer, so 6 blocks in between until we come to the very top. And once we've done that, we'll then link them together using our cobblestone walls, just like we did on the other sides. So that's what we have so far. Again, the first layer, 2 layers of empty, and then 6 layers of blue terracotta. Come to the bottom left corner, leave a 1 block gap, and then place 2 cobblestone walls on the left. Come to the right side, leave a 1 block gap, and place 2 on the right. And it ends up looking something like this. Again, very, very simple. 9 blocks tall, 8 blocks wide, and a 2 block gap in between. So layer, 2 block gap, and then 6. Again, if you want to pause, you're more than welcome to do so. I do appreciate I'm going relatively fast, but it's pretty self-explanatory, so yeah. Anyways, coming back to the front side. This is the more difficult part. Not that it's difficult, but it's more difficult than the other parts. So starting off, what we're going to do is go ahead and fill this area in here. So go ahead and fill it in. And what we're going to do is on top of that, we're going to place a layer of solid black carpets, just to indicate that it's the middle of the mouth. Now the way we're going to do this is starting off, come to the back left corner, in front of this cobblestone wall, place 1 black carpet and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right, so it's 6 wide in total. We're then going to repeat this pattern, bringing it forwards layer by layer. The reason we're not doing it at the edge is because this is the outside of the head, so we want a 1 block perimeter on all sides. We're just doing this all the way to the front, like so, until we're in line with the quartz slabs right there. So you have now something that looks like this. Now, on the 2 center blocks in the middle, we're going to punch out a 2x2, so there's a 2 block gap on the left, 2 block gap on the right. We're going to punch out a 2x2, we're going to grab ourselves our red carpets, and that's going to be a little tongue. Again, that's an optional addition, but it just adds a bit more detail to the inside of the mouth. If you don't want to add that, you're more than welcome to leave it out. Now, in terms of the upper part of the mouth, what we're going to do is in line with the first layer, which is the 4th layer of the head, we're going to build a solid platform of blue terracotta, and it's going to fill it all in. And what this will mean is when you're standing inside the mouth, it won't be hollow inside the head. So as you can see, it now looks like this, rather than having a massive hole. So right now you should have something that looks like this on the front side. We're missing the jaw, and that's what we're going to build in a second. But for now, we're going to work on the front side of the actual face. So of course we've got the first layer here, which is already done, which if you've built the top side of the inside of the mouth, this is our fourth layer. So the fourth layer of the head is solid blue terracotta. The second layer is the exact same, so we're going to place a second layer of blue terracotta. Now, this is where we get into our eyes. So we're going to grab ourselves our quartz and our green and our lime. So the first block is going to be 1 quartz, 1 green, 2 blue, 1 green, 1 quartz. The next layer is going to be 1 quartz, 1 lime, 2 blue, 1 lime, 1 quartz. Our next layer is going to be 2 magenta, so directly above the eyes, 2 blue, and 2 magenta. And then our final layer, which should be our 9th layer, is going to be 6 blocks of blue terracotta. And it ends up looking something like that. Really, really weird. Doesn't look like Bonnie at all. Now, the first step we're going to do is grab ourselves our nether brick slabs. And on the magenta blocks, on the upper half, we're going to place 2 nether brick slabs on each one. And this gives it kind of like a shadow. Not eyelashes, but a shadow. Again, I want to make that super clear. The amount of comments I got on the original video, it's a shadow. I think I said eyelashes before, or eyebrows should I say, but it's a shadow. Now, the next step we're going to do is add the jaw, that being the upper and lower jaw. So the way we're going to do this is grab ourselves our light blue terracotta, come to the bottom layer, this one here, leave 1 block and place 6 light blue terracotta, like so. We're then going to leave another block and we place 4 in front of that, so we now have another 2 block extension over the front side, which looks like this. We're going to repeat this pattern on the 4th layer, so we leave 1 block, place 6, and then the next layer we leave 1 block, place 4, like so. And we're going to double it up. So we add another layer on top. So we got a jaw on the upper half, which is 2 blocks tall, and the lower jaw is 1 block tall. Now on the upper half, what we're going to do is in the middle 2 blocks, we're going to punch it out and replace with black concrete on the center. So now we have kind of like a nose pattern. As you can see, facial features starting to form a bit better now. And in terms of the teeth, what we're going to do is place on the lower half. So from this quartz block here, we go diagonal forwards twice. So on the front left corner and the front right corner, we're going to place a quartz slab on each one. Then what we're going to do is on the upper half, we're going to leave 1 block and place 2 in the middle. And on the lower half, just in front of this red carpet, we're going to place 2 right there. Now the final 2 teeth we're going to add is we come to the front left corner at the top of this light blue terracotta. We do 1 on the left, 1 on the right. And once you've done that, it ends up looking something like this. So essentially, we have just placed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teeth in total. And again, there's 4 on the bottom, 4 on the top. So the bottom jaw looks like this, and the upper jaw looks like this. So again, take your time, pause if you need to, but that's the mouth complete. Now what you can also do, if you want to, is grab yourselves some magenta terracotta, and you can place 1 on either side, like that, if you want to add cheeks to the kind of like mouth/nose area. Alternatively, you could place 1 on the 5th layer on the left side and the right side. Again, that's magenta terracotta, and it just gives kind of like a blushing effect, which is similar to what the character has. But anyways, for now, it looks like this. And again, if you want to pause one last time, you're more than welcome to do so. We're now going to start working on the upper part of the head. So in terms of the upper part of the head, we're going to go and fill it in first off by using our blue terracotta. So it's an 8x8 square, however it's hollow, so we fill it all in using blue terracotta, and then we now have a nice flat surface to work on the ears. So as you can see, this is what it looks like from above. We're going to come to the front left corner, go 1 block in, and we're going to build up 1, 2, 3 using blue terracotta. Now to right this, we're going to place 3 light blue terracotta. To right of that, 3 blue terracotta. So again, 1 block in, and we've got a 3x3 square, 1 strip of blue, 1 strip of light blue, 1 strip of blue. On the right side, we do the exact same, so we leave 1 block, we go up 3 blue, 3 light blue to left, and 3 normal blue to left of that. And it ends up looking something like this. Now behind this, what we're going to do is we're going to double it up, but instead of using the light blue, we're going to use solid blue. So we just double it up by placing 3 blocks of blue terracotta on each one, like so. And it gives you something that ends up looking a bit like this. Now the next part we're going to do is kind of a staggered effect. So on top of the already existent ones we placed on the front layer, we're going to do another 3 layers of solid blue terracotta this time. So again, 3 layers of solid blue terracotta. And on top of the new layers we've just placed, starting on this left one here, we're going to place 1 layer of blue, light blue, blue. Again, another layer of blue, light blue, blue. And then the final layer, the third layer, is going to be 3 blue terracotta. And what this gives you is a staggered effect, which looks like this. And we're going to repeat this on the right here. So on the 4th layer, which is the first layer of the new part, we place 1 blue, 1 light blue, 1 blue. Second layer, blue, light blue, blue. And then the third and final layer is 3 blue. And that's the ears. It gives you a staggered effect. And again, from a side angle, looks like this. So that is the head complete. What you can do if you want to is on the rear side of the ears, you can place a light blue terracotta on the top center like that, just to give the effect of like the ears joined together. I'm not sure if the character actually has that on this model, but you can add it if you want to. That's up to you. But anyways, yeah, that's the head complete. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of my arm. I'm going to have a little spin around, and then I'll give you guys an opportunity to pause. Now, once we've done that, we're ready to move on to the guitar, which is, of course, the final part and arguably the most difficult part of the statue, something I've been putting off just a tad, but we'll do that. So, anyways, the head itself, the front side, again, is 9 blocks tall, 8 blocks wide, and has the 4-block extension at the front, which is for the jaw. Come around to the left side, again, it's 9 blocks tall, 8 blocks wide, with a 2-block gap on the second and third layer. Come around to the rear side, same measurements again, just different alignment of the cobblestone walls at the bottom. And the right side, again, is the exact same as the left. In terms of the top, we've got the ears, 6 blocks tall in total, 2 blocks, well, technically 3 blocks thick, because they're kind of slanted, and they look like this. So yeah, that's the head. In terms of the jaw itself, again, just place black carpet in the middle. You could place black wool on the top if you really wanted to be 100% accurate, but again, it's not that important. You're not really going to see it. You're going to see the lower half, but you're not going to see the upper half. So yeah, that's the statue so far. That's the body and the head complete. Now we're ready to move on to the final step, as I said before, which is the guitar. Again, arguably the most difficult part. So for the guitar, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves our red concrete, our red terracotta, our black concrete, our ladders, and I believe that is all we need to do. I may be wrong, but we'll worry about that in a second. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by coming to the left hand. And directly underneath this black concrete right here, we're going to place on the bottom left corner a red concrete. From this red concrete, we go 2 blocks to the left. So this is our first step. From this red concrete here, we're going to go 2 blocks to the right using red terracotta. So the 2 shades we're using, of course, is red concrete and red terracotta, because the guitar is solid red. However, we want there to be variation and a bit of detail. Now, to the right of this red terracotta, we're going to place 1 red concrete, and that's layer number 1. What we're then going to do is go back to the start of layer number 1, this block here, leave 1 block, and on the second block, we're going to place a row of 4 red concrete. So it should link from second block to 4th block, and there should be a 1 block gap either side. Now, from this block here, we're going to build up. So we're going to build up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, like so. So again, that's now 7 blocks tall. From the second block, so not the first one, the second block, we're going to go 1 to right using red concrete, 2 red terracotta, and 1 red concrete. The layer on top of this, we're going to place 2 red concrete, 1 black concrete, 1 red terracotta, and 1 red concrete. And again, I'll back up just so you can see what it currently looks like. The next layer on top of that is going to be 2 red concrete, 1 black concrete, 1 red terracotta, 1 red concrete, so exact same as the previous layer. On top of that, we're going to do 1 red concrete, 2 red terracotta, 1 red concrete, so again, same as the layer below it. On top of this, we're going to cap it off by placing 4 red concrete, so we expand all the way over, and then the final block, we're going to place 1 more, so it's 2 wide. So just to recap, that is, the second layer is 1 red concrete, 2 red terracotta, 1 red concrete. The third layer is 2 red concrete, 1 black concrete, 1 red terracotta, 1 red concrete. The fourth layer is 2 red concrete, 1 black concrete, 1 red terracotta, 1 red concrete. The fifth layer is 1 red concrete, 2 red terracotta, 1 red concrete. Sixth layer is 4 red concrete, and then the 7th layer is 1 red concrete. That is the first step. Now what we're going to do is add some ladders. So on top of the 2 black concrete, we're going to place 2 ladders, and then the 2x2 next to it, we're also going to place, again, ladders. So 6 ladders in total for now, and that is layer number 1. Again, that's in line and surrounding with the black concrete of the left hand. If you want to pause, you're more than welcome to do so. In fact, I almost recommend it. So please, again, do so. Now, what we're going to do is add on to this. So, starting off by coming to this area next to the blue terracotta, we're going to place 2 red concrete to the right of it. Now we're going to work our way down first. So from here we're going to go down 1 and to the left twice. Now again, I appreciate it's going to be difficult to see what I'm doing because I'm building red on top of red, but again, just slow down the video and take your time and it should be fine. So going back to this block on the left here, we're going to go down 1 and to the right 1, so we now have a 2x2 and then this little extension of 3 blocks coming off the side, which lines up with the blue terracotta. From this block, on the bottom left corner, we're going to go down 1. We're then going to go to the left twice. And underneath these 2 blocks, we're going to place 2 more red concrete. So again, just to recap, we have this 2x2. On the left side, we go down 1. We then go to left twice. And then underneath it, we place 2 blocks. From this block here, we're going to go to the left 1 and then down 1. And it ends up looking something like this. From a side angle, like that. And again, I'm trying to give you as many angles as possible because I appreciate it is difficult to see. Now, from this block here, so not the 2 next to the blue concrete, but the one below it, we're going to go 3 blocks over to the right using red terracotta. Now, above that, we're going to place 2 red terracotta, 1 black concrete, and 1 red terracotta, and it should line up right next to the black terracotta, which has the ladder on the previous layer. The layer on top of this, next to the red concrete here, we're going to place 2 red terracotta, 1 black concrete, and 1 red terracotta. Same logic applies, should line up perfectly like that. The next layer, what we're going to do is we're going to start off on top of the blue terracotta here. We're going to place 1 red concrete, and we go 1 to the left and 1 to the right, again using red concrete. From this red concrete here, we go 3 blocks to the right using red terracotta, and that caps that part off and should finish just 1 block above the black concrete in line with this lower half right here. In terms of the next layer, we're going to go to the left corner. We're going to go up 1 to the left 1, and we're also going to go to the right 1. So up 1 to left 1 to right 1. Now from here on the right side, we're going to go 2 blocks to the right using red terracotta. We're then going to place 1 red concrete, and that's that layer complete. The final layer we're going to do is we go to the left corner again. We're going to leave 1 block and we're going to place 4 red concrete, and again it will meet up 1 block short of this previous layer, and once you've done that it will end up looking something like this. Again, kind of difficult to see, but if I pause from this angle you should hopefully be able to, I guess, replicate it. Now, what we're also going to do is in line with the ladders here, we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 ladders. So that's the red terracotta, the black concrete, and then the 2 red terracotta right there, and it ends up currently looking something like this. Now again, if you don't have something looking like this, please do go back in the video, but for now it should be pretty easy. So for the next step, we've got the bottom side done. We're going to work on the top point of the guitar. So we come to this block on the very far left corner, and we're going to go 1 to the right, and on these 2 blocks here, we're going to bring it forwards a layer using 2 red concrete. On the left side, we go up 1. We're then going to go 2 blocks to the left, and on top of that, we're going to place 2 more. So again, just to recap, we come to the far left corner here, go 1 block to the right, place 2 red concrete. On the left side, go up 1 to the left twice, and then on top of that, place 2 more blocks. From the top left corner here, we're going to go to the left 1 and up 1, and that is the little point coming off the side there. So it should now currently look something like this. Again, from a side angle, it meets up with the red terracotta right there. So the first red concrete next to that red terracotta is covered. That's the first block, and it goes to left, up, to left twice, up, and then to left and up. So again, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to overcomplicate it and confuse you guys at all. But currently, it should look like this. What we're then going to do is, underneath this block here, we're going to go down 1 and to the right 1 and place 1 last layer, and that's going to be the final point of the top left corner. Now, just like this, we're going to go to the bottom side, and we're also going to go to the bottom block. We go up 1, and we're going to place 2, just like we did on the upper half, and that gives us our final point on the bottom side. So again, you come to the bottom one, go up one, place one, and to the right one. 2 blocks in total, simple. So from a corner angle, currently looks like this. That's the main part of the guitar complete. We're going to add a bit to the back, but then we'll worry about the actual stem or handle, I guess, of the guitar. So again, right now it looks like this. If I'll pause, I appreciate it's a bit difficult to see, but we'll try. So what we're going to do now is come around to the rear side of the guitar, and directly underneath, so we currently should be looking like this, directly underneath this bottom blue terracotta, we're going to place 2 red concrete. From this red concrete, going back round to the front side, we're going to expand one to left, or sorry, one to right on each one. So we now have a 2x2, which is underneath the blue concrete, and then 1 block to the right. From this 2x2, on the upper half, we're going to go 1 block to the right. We're then going to go 1 more to the right, and on top of those 2 blocks, we're going to place 2 more. So from the front side, it looks like this. And from the rear side, it's a 2x2, which links to another 2x2. Now, coming back to the front side, from the upper block, which is this one here, top right corner, we're going to go to right twice. And on top of this, we're going to build up. So from this block, 1, 2, 3, we're going to build up 4 layers. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it ends up looking something like this. Apologies, we're not going to build it up a 4th layer, we build it up 3. I've just realised that mistake. So it's 4 in total, but we build it up 3. So we've got the original extension, and then we're going to build 3 blocks on 3 layers. So from the rear side, again, it looks like this. Now, in terms of what we're going to do, behind this red terracotta, we're going to place 1 red concrete, just so it caps it off and hides it a bit. And then the final step, right on the top layer here, we're going to leave 1 block. We place 2 red concrete and leave 1 block, and it ends up giving you a shape which looks like this. That piece is kind of just to hide the rear side of the guitar. It's not 100% important, but the next part, which is what we're going to do, is important. So coming back around to the front side, extending from what we've just built, this part here, we're going to come up to the second layer, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to the right, and same with the one above it, 1, 2, 3, and of course you should have the 1 block above it and 1 block below it, which is going to remain empty. Now, in front of this 3x2 area, we're going to fill it with ladders. So again, that's a 3x2 of ladders, and it extends slightly off to the side, and that's getting towards the grip area, which we're going to build in a second. One last opportunity to look at this layer. Again, starting off below the blue terracotta, we work our way up, and it looks like this. So from this angle, probably a good time to pause. And with that said, we're now ready to move on. So the next section we're going to do is behind this stem area that we just built, we're going to place a 3x2 area. So we're going to double it up essentially, and now it looks like this. And what we're also going to do is we're going to come to this block right here. So not the bottom layer, but the second one. Bottom left corner, we're going to place 1, go to the left one, and that's the additional block we need to add. So we're adding 2 sections on this layer, but it's very, very simple. If we go back to the front side, you'll see it now looks a bit more balanced. So you have the block on the top side and the block on the bottom side. What you can do if you want to balance it out is just remove that block, and as you can see, it's now equal on the bottom and the top side. So that is a guitar so far. The final step we're going to do is coming to the right hand. We've got this area here, which is a 4 wide by 2 gap. We're going to place 5 blocks, so we do the 4 by 2 in the middle, and then we expand 1 block to the right. And on this whole area, we're going to fill it in using ladders, so that's a 5 by 2 of ladders. Now on the bottom corner, we're going to place 1 black concrete, and then we're going to expand a further 5 red concrete to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 1 black concrete and 5 red. On top of this, we're going to place 4 red and 1 black. On top of this, we're going to leave 1 block, so this block above the ladder is empty. We place 2 red concrete, 1 black, 1 red, and then the final layer, again above this block, we place 1 black and 1 red. And this replicates the kind of like pointy edge of the guitar at the end, whereas before it was kind of like a smooth, kind of rounded shape. This time it's a lot more pointy and kind of like a Rockstar guitar, for obvious reasons. Rockstar Bonnie, of course. And what you can do as well is you can add buttons to the end. But with that said and done, that is the statue complete. As you can see, that is a guitar done, and it looks super, super cool. Just coming around to the rear side, so you can see this part's simply 1 block thick, and the rest is a bit more complicated. If you did have any issues with the building of the guitar in this statue, then please go back and check out my previous tutorial, which is the Adventure Bonnie one. Maybe the explanation might be a bit different there, and it might help you. If not, let me know, and I'll basically try and help you as much as possible, I guess. It's really difficult to do, but again, hopefully I've explained it well enough for you to build it on your own. Apart from that, that is the statue complete. As you can see, we've got our very own Rockstar Bonnie. If you did enjoy the video, a like would be very much appreciated, and if you haven't already, definitely consider subscribing to the channel with the notification bell on, so you actually get notified, because YouTube doesn't do a great job as that, as you can see recently on the channel. So apart from that, as well, if you want to stay in the loop, follow me on Twitter at Gummy Bear Games. Again, that's at Gummy Bear Games. And I tweet out random stuff there every so often, but it's mainly just tweeting out when I'm uploading and kind of cool designs. As well as that, I want to say that more FNAF videos will be on the way, but I'm kind of balancing them out a bit more with some other stuff. I really want to get some more horror characters out there, as well as some just other kind of Marvel stuff, TV related content, that kind of stuff. Something a bit more different, so it's not just FNAF video, FNAF video, FNAF video. Apart from that as well, the baby statue, the salvage baby, should be out next Saturday. Don't hold me to that, but it should be. I'll kind of post in the comments with an updated timetable of what I'm trying to do, but uni's being a bit pressure, so it's difficult to confirm whether I will or won't be able to do it, but hopefully, big hopefully. Apart from that, I'm going to wrap up the video because it's dragging on a bit now. Thank you very much for watching. If you did, again, enjoy, a like would be appreciated. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, my name has been Tomago, and goodbye. Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's